Hey guys, it's Destiny, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how free-to-play friendly Honkai Star Rail seems from the information we have gathered so far, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. So Honkai Star Rail had a live stream recently where it revealed a lot of information and features of the game, such as the current events that are going on the web event, the features the game has, such as how the mechanics work, as well as the characters that'll be in the first patch and more. But one of the important things that got revealed is how many wishes, or rather the premium currency, we'll be getting during patch 1, which is basically the first patch of the game. It'll likely be the first month or so. So it got revealed that we'll be able to get 80 pulls. Now what this likely means is that it'll be 80 pulls to complete everything in that patch, which possibly includes chests, all of that good stuff. But my only issue I feel like with this is that it's 80 pulls. Now we will end up getting some tickets just by basically being pre-registered, which I'm sure the pre-registration rewards will be given to everyone, so everyone will be getting a free serval as well as some tickets, which I believe it is 20 tickets, and then by the time you're level 15 in the game, your Trailblazer level being 15, which is similar to AR level in Genshin, just imagine you're level 15, then you will be able to get another 20 tickets by then and be able to basically get your first 5-star on the beginner warp banner, which the beginner warp banner is 40 pulls to get your first 5-star, which I think is excellent for people who are getting into the game and being able to get your first 5-star relatively early on. Additionally, if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to hit the subscribe button and let's carry on. My only issue is the wishes that we do get, or rather the tickets and currency we get in patch 1 being 80. The reason why I sort of have an issue with it is that it's relatively the same, I believe, as Genshin, how much you get per patch, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but I don't think it's also a good thing. The reason why I say this is to hit a pity for a character, you need to hit 90 pulls. So for only getting roughly 80 pulls per patch, assuming that that means the entire patch, then basically you'll be very close to getting pity in a patch, but you're not actually going to be able to hit pity. So you either have to get really lucky and hope that in the 50-50 you actually get the character you want, or you'll have to just hope you get the character early and once again hope for the 50-50 you get them. So what this means is that basically what I would advise is that the moment we start this game, to play smart with your currency. So let's say you know for a fact you want Jing Yuan, which I know for a fact I want him. So what you'll want to really do is just save your currency for that character and try to get characters that can possibly help him on a team comp. So if his banner stays the same from CBT3, personally think his banner is really good with the 4 stars it has. As it has another DPS, it has a buffer that's meant perfectly for lightning characters, and it also has March 7th, which she is a free character, but if you get dupes on her, that's never a bad thing. And she's a shielder, which I think she's a great free-to-play option. So essentially what you'll want to do is play smart with your currency, hope you do get those 4 stars. If you don't get those 4 stars, of course you can make other teams regarding them, but essentially when you get into the game, you really do want to prioritize, okay, which character do I want? Because I know a few people have said, okay, they want Kafka. If you want Kafka, then you would likely want to save all the currency you get until Kafka is out. I know the saving game or the waiting game as well can be kind of tedious, and it can honestly suck since you do want to pull for a new character, have someone new to play with. I think it's worth it to be really resourceful with your premium currency, especially if you are free to play, since if we are only getting 80 pulls per patch, let's assume it's the norm, 80 pulls per patch, then once again, you're not hitting that pity unless there's a monthly reset, because in Genshin Impact, they do have a monthly reset where you can get 5 wishes for basically a discounted rate, and it's just a currency you get from summoning itself. And Honkai Star Rail also has the same thing. It's a monthly thing. You can get 5 tickets for each banner for the limited and the standard, and the currency that is used is the currency that you gain from summoning in the game. So basically, let's just make it 85 pulls, and if there's a month reset, there you go. There's your 90 pulls, but the only thing is you have to hope you get that 50-50 as well. So let's say it's a character you want later on. I would just really advise you save your currency, and I will also be making a video about which character I personally think is one of the best characters to invest into and to possibly look into as a whole, and they will be getting their own video and I'll be explaining why. But I just want everyone, to go into the game and, just play smart with it. being able to have your polls ready for whatever character you want, as I know a lot of the characters are really cute, nice characters. I think honestly all the limited banners will have an excellent character or a really nice character to have on your team comps. So I'm sure if any of you get like any of the characters from the limited banners, and even the standard characters are really good as well, I'm sure you'll be happy with the result of what it will offer for your team. But just to play it smart, I would just recommend, once again, just save your polls. If you know you want somebody like Kafka, since she is not in patch 1, I would recommend you possibly skip both of those banners for Kafka. Now, if you do want one of those patch 1 characters, which is completely understandable, then you can try to get them as well as Kafka, but I genuinely feel like it will be very luck dependent on whether or not you can pull that many limited characters, which is kind of just the way I feel like HoYoverse games are a lot of the time. You kind of have to skip around with patches and just save your currency as best as you can for the characters you feel are most worth it for your account. Of course, I'll be making videos talking about every limited character around the time they release, and just giving you the full deep dive and explaining whether or not they would be good for your teams, what you have that can possibly work with them, and so on. But for right now, just a basis, since we are in the pre-release of the game, it is not out yet until April 26th, I would just recommend you guys, once again, play it smart, be careful with your resources, and I'm sure everything will be honestly fine. As for the light cones, I know a few people don't know whether or not light cones are worth it. Light cones are the weapons in this game, and I will say it's a 50-50. The limited light cones, from what I've seen, are really good for that character, which is similar to Honkai Impact as well as Genshin Impact. The signature weapon is always really nice to have on that character. I feel like the game takes more of a Genshin Impact approach though, because some of the 4-star light cones can also work on your character, as light cones are actually separated by class. So in Genshin, weapons are separated by the weapon type, such as a bow, a catalyst, a sword, and so on. In Star Rail, it is separated by the class of the character, which basically means if a character is of the destruction class, which is basically a well-rounded all-rounder type of class, then only destruction class characters can use that specific light cone. It just depends on the class of the light cone. That's why I'm saying it's a 50-50, because you can get away with not using the signature light cone, and some of the light cones that are free in the game are actually really good. You can also grind to get 5-star light cones by doing one of the endgame like modes. I can't remember off the top of my head which mode it was. I believe though it might have been Forgotten Hall or it's Simulated Universe. It might actually be Simulated Universe. I just can't remember from the top of my head. If anyone remembers that has played the beta, let me know which one exactly it is. But there are 5-star light cones you can get, which are honestly really good light cones, at least in my opinion. So that's why if you do want the signature weapon, I would say definitely go for it. But if you can't afford the signature weapon, or it just seems very inconvenient to try to pull for it, I would just say to skip out on it and just be able to use those 4-star light cones that you might eventually get, or even try to grind for those 5-star light cones for your characters. I do appreciate the fact that there are more free-to-play options when it comes with the light cones than other games may be that include both a weapon and a character type of system. But overall for Honkai Star Rail, just like basically sum up this video, I would just recommend, being smart with your resources. Look into which characters you want, what team comps can work with them, so you can plan accordingly to know which comp you're looking for. I will be releasing a video where I discuss basically my plans on what I plan to do with the information I've just provided you guys. And I hope this video did help out. I hope this video gave you an idea of like, okay, this is how I should approach Honkai Star Rail, and like how I should be the most currency efficient that I can with this game. Because I don't want you guys to like, pull and then you don't get anything you want, because that would be really unfortunate. I kind of want it to be where like we avoid that as much as possible, but of course, the game does have a 50-50. But if you do consider that and you save enough where you can just hit 2 50-50s like at 90, that would be really good, although that would be a lot of saving. Regardless though, when the game does come out, I cannot wait to talk about it with you guys. Let me know like what you guys pull, what I pull, all that good stuff, and we'll all have a fun time at the end of the day. And I just thought I'd release this video just to give you guys my thoughts on the currency that we're receiving essentially in that first patch, and what it could possibly mean for you guys and how you guys should possibly approach the game as a whole. But yeah, I hope this video helped out. If it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know in the comments down below which character you actually want the most in Honkai Star Rail, even if it's a 4-star, a 5-star, whoever it is, let me know because I'd love to know that. And if you guys have any other questions for me or you want to just talk about Honkai Star Rail in the comments or my Discord, make sure to join my Discord as well, as I do talk about it in there and we can just, have conversations about it. And yeah, I hope all of you guys though have a nice one. Peace.